I will rip this thing.
I don't know right now. I'm a bit distracted.
And shit inside it. What jewels? I don't know.
Content over everything.
Shit shining, fam. This top has got diamonds and jewels and all them things. Get me? It's got them things in it. Jewellery thing. It's got jewelleries, fam. I will rip the fucking tiger, fam. So you see a real tiger, fam. You see the real tiger, fam. You see the real tiger. Yeah? Who wants to see a fucking real tiger right now? Who wants me to rip this fucking shit?
Yeah, me. Yeah. Striptease. Speaker's Corner striptease.
They want to see, fam.
Some Magic Mike.
Girls want to see, they need to call me. And I will do a video call. Obviously, call me, send your text message. My ID on WhatsApp, we'll do a video call. You can see everything tonight. Tonight, private. Right. You get me? But obviously, I'll marry you first online. Because while we're talking,
what do you think the purpose of Speaker's Corner?
And then I'll let you see everything.
The purpose of Speaker's Corner is to get people together to discuss the issues of the day in a relaxed, informal environment.
And what do you think the current state of Speaker's Corner?
I've been coming here for 4 years, and the time I've come here, it hasn't actually changed as much as you might think. It's been pretty similar since, roughly 2015, 2014. I'm a bit worried about the far right coming here now, but aside from that, I don't think it's actually changed that much. I come here to preach communalism, which is the philosophy of Mary Bookchin. But I also come here to debate foreign policy. I'm very interested in what the British government is doing in the Middle East and in Colombia and places like that, yeah. So I'm interested in international current affairs.
What's your experience like when you're here?
Oh, it's very mixed, man. Some of it's great. Well, most of it's great. Some of it's a bit stressful. Some of it's, yeah, no, I love it. I've come here nearly every Sunday for years now. So, yeah, my experience has been really good overall.
In terms of the conversations that you have, what's the rundown? What type of conversations do you have?
All kinds of conversations about religion, about society, politics, social theory.
I'm trying to get married. No, this camera's on. He's looking here. I'm trying to get
married. Yeah, about lots of different topics.
And how do you engage with the audience?
It depends. I know some of the audience quite well by now because we've seen each other. Yeah, I know Steve from years of coming here now. So, and I hope to know him for another. I hope you live forever. I hope you have 1,000 children and you live forever.
I hope you live for a few more years.
No, I'm on friendly terms with a good number of the regulars. So, yeah, I've had my experience of speaking has been pretty good overall. Yeah.
What do you think the future of Speaker's Corner will be?
It's really hard to say. Speaker's Corner has moved through 3 phases, of which we're now in the 3rd phase. The first phase was its very, very big beginnings. It started as a place for convicted criminals in the 18th century at Tyburn gallows to have their last words. So they would get up on the gallows on the scaffold, and before they got hanged, they would have their last words. That's how Speaker's Corner started. Then the second phase was the Chartists would come here to demand the vote, and they made Speaker's Corner and the Hyde Park in general a very important space for demonstrations and free speech, good place for free speech. We're now in the 3rd stage. The 3rd phase of Speaker's Corner, we're now in the sort of postmodern period where a lot of people come to Speaker's Corner to use it as a stage, like a film stage for filming. And they're less interested in the face-to-face aspect, and they're more interested in the potential for uploaded content. This is not a criticism of content of everything, by the way. This is just in general. It's very much about media now, rather than unmediated face-to-face exchange. The future is very, very precarious. If this place becomes a hotspot for violence of any kind, the Met will have no hesitation. They will shut it down, and they will, make it just a normal part of London again. So it's very uncertain. I mean, as long as people like this keep coming here, it's going to scare people away. That's a big problem. Go on, sorry. Ideal Speaker's Corner, minimum level of policing, but at the same time maximum level of respect from the audience and the speakers. The speakers need to respect the right of the audience to get up and have their speeches as well. I think it's all about respect. You cannot have conversations without that minimum level of respect and listening.
So if you don't, how do you achieve that?
It's very hard to achieve because it's a very informal space. My advice is if you're getting heckled too much and you're not happy with it, back away. Just go have a break for 5 minutes and come back. If you're not comfortable with it, if you're not happy with Speaker's Corner, try and start a new Speaker's Corner in Trafalgar Square or Tower Hill, where they used to be in the 1950s and 60s. So there's loads of things you can do. You don't have to be here. If you're unhappy with Speaker's Corner, you don't have to be here. you can go somewhere else. If you want to make it a better place, you can make it better. You can make it a lot better through respect, love, appreciation, and tolerance. We have very different views, but we both care about freedom of speech. Very, very different, but we both different backgrounds, age backgrounds. He has children. I don't have children. He has, certain views on Islam. I don't have those views. No, he's not. You're middle-aged. Come on, it's not the same thing.
A little bit better.
So yeah, no, it can be made a lot better. Yeah, I believe that. And if there's a filmmaker here, if the resident filmmaker of Speaker's Corner, if you are here for content of everything, and you're keeping an eye on shit, you'll make it a lot better because people they do behave differently when they have a camera on them. They're more likely to tell. They're less likely to lie. I think they're less likely to get rude and insulting and violent. So it might help. Who knows?
Anything else you want to say, just in general about?
No, I just want to say thank you. Thank you, Content of Everything, for interviewing me. Thank you for your filmmaking work at Speaker's Corner. And yeah, long live Murray Bookchin, long live Noam Chomsky, and long live Steve of Speaker's Corner.
Thank you. Thank you. In the same sentence as those people. You're too kind.
I enjoyed that, man.
Yo, DJ Khaled, what going, bro?
Sorry, buddy. I didn't see you. I knocked over a woman on the outside of the park lane. I've got my step ladder in here.
I told them
I got myself a heavy duty step ladder.
Bring your private jet.
Anybody's just
I'm in Heathrow Airport.
The thing about these wobbly little
And
the ones for pensions.
you can do this. Right, look what I can do.
No, I've got one that's now like next
I
week.
can move my fucking chest. Look.
What do you think about the current state of Speaker's Corner?
The current state of Speaker's Corner is quite disappointing. I have stopped coming to the park for a number of reasons. One reason is that I am very busy. The other reason is that it is no longer a place of intellectual discussions. Rather, it has become a fish market. It used to be like that before, but it has now, for some reason, become a place of entertainment, jokers, people who have no idea as to what they're talking about. And my purpose of coming to the park was to educate people and to have intelligent discussions, to agree and disagree with people. I've had discussions with many people, some hostile, mostly peaceful, and I would like to talk to people in a more peaceful, compassionate, and cordial fashion rather than having, mud-slinging matches. I'm not interested in that. So, because that's what's been happening in the park for the past 2-3 months, I've kind of drifted away. I'm busy, I travel a lot, so that's one of the reasons why you don't see me in the park anymore. But one of the biggest reasons is that it's no longer a place of intelligent discussions. And I don't mind disagreeing with people. I don't mind people getting passionate, and but as long as the discussion is fruitful, it is based on substance, I don't mind coming to the park. But that has changed recently, unfortunately, and it needs to the sanctity of the park or the value of the park needs to be brought back. The park is a very old place, 150 years, a tradition of dialogues, discussions, speeches. Speakers used to come here on ladders, they used to speak, used to be very vibrant 5 to 10 years ago. Now, because of the media, the social media, the YouTube dimensions or dynamics, things have changed, unfortunately. A lot of people have started coming here for attention seeking. They want to be famous, they just want to get famous at the expense of YouTube channels. So it's kind of lost its purpose.
What do you think the purpose of Speaker's Corner is?
I think the purpose of Speaker's Corner is to speak freely. Speak your mind, speak intelligently, have dialogues, discussions, educate people. The primary purpose is education, so that education is not barred. People used to come here back in the day, deliver speeches for education. The primary purpose is education. When that purpose is not being fulfilled anymore, then obviously that purpose needs to be reinvented or reintroduced or revived.
How do you hope to achieve that?
By focusing on intelligent discussions. not focusing on people who are not interested in that. What's happening is the media, a lot of YouTube channels are filming or catching useless discussions. And I know that gets hits. When it comes to the short-term level, these discussions or entertainment matches do get hits, but in the long run, they don't serve the purpose of education. You know, there comes a time when you hit stop. People are sick of jokers. They want to learn. Human soul is by nature inquisitive. It wants to learn. It wants to be fed. And the best food is education, is knowledge. And it doesn't come from jokers. It comes from serious proponents of ideas. So that's why if the channels focus on serious discussions, serious people with substance, then of course things will change and the sanctity of the park will be maintained.
What's your reasons for coming to the park?
Education, purely education. There's no other reason. I'm not here for fame. I'm not here. In fact, a lot of the people have advised me that because the park has become a fish market, it has lost its sanctity. You need to stop going because you don't belong there anymore. You're the kind of guy who needs to do lectures in universities and institutions and not lose your sense of dignity in the park. And I agree to an extent. But so long as I can communicate respectfully, honorably, I will continue coming on and off. Otherwise, I will have to say bye to the park.
What's been your general experience interacting with people in the park?
Generally, mostly I've had good discussions. I've had many good discussions with a number of people from different backgrounds. I've had discussions with Christians, with Jewish people, with atheists, with people with black supremacy on the mind, and even people from the right-wing background, some racist right-wing people. They've come to the park. We've discussed things with them. We've shown them conclusively as to how naive the approach is to humans in general. So I've had discussions. Some of my experiences have been unpleasant, unfortunately, because of the manners of the people, but that's part of the game. Yeah.
How do you feel you're generally perceived in the park by others who know?
I don't know. Everyone sees me differently. Some people think that I am a reasonable person. Others think that I deliberately deceive people. It's up to them what they want to think of. I, as a Muslim, I believe that I cannot possibly deceive people. I don't see any point in that because we believe that the blessings of God are lifted from lies. When you lie to people, when you deliberately deceive people, the blessings are lifted. So we believe in the blessings of God. In order to educate people about Islam and about Muslims, we have to speak the truth, as the Quran commands us. Oh, you believe, speak straight. That's what the Quran states. So we have to follow the Quran. But people see me differently in the park and they are free to have their opinions. And I mean no bad. I don't mean any harm to anyone. All I want is peace and love for humanity. I love humans in general. I have special love for the Muslims because I see Muslims to be my brothers and sisters in faith, of course, in faith. Other humans don't share that faith, but I still have love for them. And because of that love, I come to the park to share my faith with them. Whether they accept or not is another question altogether. But at least they can appreciate, they can understand why we believe in Islam, why we are Muslims. And one of the things I really stress on when it comes to Muslim speakers in the park is to maintain their manners, because by their bad manners, if they do have them, they give a bad name to the Prophet of Islam, who was an epitome of good manners. The Prophet of Islam, if you study his history, he was a man of great manners. In fact, when he would speak to someone, he would turn entirely. He wouldn't turn his neck and speak to people as if he doesn't respect them. Rather, when he spoke to even his opponents, he turned entirely to give his full attention. That's a very simple gesture which we learn from his life. You don't find that usually with humans, with people, but this is how he was. He taught us manners. In fact, one of the recent authors, Leslie Hazelton, wrote a book on the Prophet. And the author states on the very first page that it seems that Muhammad had a stiff neck. Why? Because he would turn entirely to speak to people. But it wasn't stiff neck, it was his manners that he turned to people. He would smile. He taught the value of smiling, being pleasant, being compassionate, being generous. And this is why we're here, you know. This is what I think I'm here. We are weak, we are humans, we make mistakes. Sometimes our passions are provoked. But generally, we try our best to convey the message of Islam as best as possible.
Do you ever think about how your presence might be affecting the dynamics of the park?
I don't know why. I'm not that important. I'm just a contributor, a humble servant of education and knowledge. I'm pretty sure there are many intelligent people here. I don't see myself as someone important in the park, and I'm being very honest about that. I'm not being humble here. I don't think my presence or absence makes any difference. The park will continue. The park was there before me. The park will be there after me. So whether I come or not, it makes no difference. But I do like the park. Park has made me what I am, right? It is the discussions and the dialogues and the questions I have been asked in the park instigated my pursuit of knowledge. I went away, I looked for the answers, I found the answers, I came back. Park made me what I am. So I do love the park. Yeah.
What do you think the future of Speaker's Corner will be?
I think Speaker's Corner will change with times. You know, there were no cameras before. There was no social media before. Hardly anyone knew about the park. Now the park is a global phenomenon. A lot of people know about the park. Hundreds of thousands of people, millions in fact, millions. Some of our videos have had millions of hits. So it has now become a global phenomenon. It's a well appreciated platform which must be maintained. Its sanctity must be maintained. And I think people who want violence, who want to disrupt the peace in the park for whatever reason, are to be ignored and completely sidelined. Because they're not here for serious purpose. They're here to cause trouble and cause problems, as we have seen recently. Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to say in general?
In general, my message is to keep it up, keep going, and maintain your manners. Disagree by all means, but disagree respectfully, honorably, not resort to personal insults, to violence, of course not. Do not resort to unpleasant means. If you disagree respectfully, and when you part from each other every Sunday in the evening, part with love and compassion. Have no hard feelings. I know channels, they have the audiences. A lot of the people comment unpleasant things. Obviously, they don't understand the spirit of the park. And if anything, these audiences, they should appreciate the fact that people are taking the time out, they're coming to the park. Those who are serious, they want to educate them. They're not here for insults. So I think keep it up, definitely. You know, a lot more will be coming. There will be people in the future who will be coming here to share their knowledge and their education, and we should cherish that. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
It doesn't know what to do. What are we talking about today, Dus?
Well, I will be talking about obviously democracy is kind of that's my thing, and how that you can have different political movements.
How the Greeks started off democracy.
And you can have different religions in democracy. The democracy within itself is not a socialist ideal. What it is a community of people, aka the world, actually talking with each other. And all the world is full of different people with different religions and different beliefs. But democracy would be a united planet. And then with democracy, we vote upon which is going to be the best way forward. Because the majority of people of all religions believe that most human beings on this planet have a right to life as a very minimum. And that is in itself instantly becomes a world constitution. And in fact a universal constitution, but a world constitution.
Let me ask you some questions about Speaker's Corner while you're here, because I've been asking everyone. I don't know if you've seen it. What do you think about Speaker's Corner?
Well, it is one of firstly, it's everywhere should be Speaker's Corner. Not just one tiny little part of Europe. In fact, the whole world should have this ability to get on with each other and it has to be looked after to be able to talk to each other, because we're not stood face to face talking to each other. What we're doing is probably picking up weapons and just shooting each other from afar, which is the world we have lived in for a considerable amount of time. The world of Speaker Corner, which is, in a way, to be honest with you, a great example of what a democracy is. It is a platform to speak your mind, your religion, your philosophy, your ideology to the world without fear of being beaten up, though, you know, there's always the odd nutter in the world, unfortunately, and that will always be the case. But don't let the odd nutters define who you are. Let you as a man, as a human being, define who you are. And if you want to be Muslim, Christian, atheist, or whatever, as long as you're not standing up with weapons shooting other people, then that's what you're entitled to be. And your family's entitled to be that, free of any persecution or fear.
Why do you come to Speaker's Corner?
I come to Speaker's Corner here to sort of give more of a mix of ideas. Unfortunately, there is a bit of a mono-intellectual output here, and hopefully I try to bring a different conversation and make it understandable that Speaker's Corner is also about other subjects as well in this world, because if we don't talk about what's wrong with today, how on earth are we ever going to fix tomorrow? So that's kind of like my idea, and I believe that, you know, you can speak to people and they can understand you and you can understand them, and all of us grow collectively rather than attack and destroy collectively, which is a world I've never met anyone who actually voted for, and yet that is the world we live in.
What's been some of your experiences while you've been here speaking?
Absolutely exquisite, wonderful and fantastic, and also some bad ones. But if you're going to stand up in this world and have your voice heard, then there will always be a very small minority who will just be abusive. Just go on Twitter, that's proof of that reality. But the majority of the time, being able to come to Speaker's Corner, which is a great gift, and meet great people like yourself. Sorry, what's your name again?
Leon.
Yeah, Leon, to meet great people like yourself who contribute. Because Speaker's Corner in itself would be nothing if it wasn't for people like you. And you work for, which one? You work over Content. People like you and Content Overhead who make Speaker's Corner the true voice across all of the planet. Because everyone else can hear what goes on here today. And everyone else can think, actually, I want a Speaker's Corner. I want people to be able to record what's going on forever, so we can all discuss, talk, muse, think upon, rather than just a world of war, which is what the rich, powerful elite have always wanted, and always have got, by the way. So yeah, it's people like you and me that make this and society the true splendour it is and can be as well, but without violence. Yeah, if an idea has to resort to violence, then unfortunately that means you just instantly become far right. That's one rule of what you can be anyone on far right. You can be left, right, anything. There's one rule is
How do you define far right?
One rule of being far right is that your idea can only exist because you're violent to another human being to make it happen. That's not a way a human being expresses a view and opinion of the world. Having to be
fundamental pillar of being far right.
Fundamental pillar of far right, believing that your idea is justified, which all ideas, if you feel intimidated because you're a different religion, that's the fault of the political system, not of another group of religious people that you believe are persecuting you. It's the people in charge that are defining who shall be violent to each other, when in actual fact, it should be all communities agreeing, actually, you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, you're a Jew. What the hell are we fighting for? You live your life, do your thing, we'll do our thing, we grow families. Let's send our children, most importantly, we must send our children to the same schools. As soon as you have religious division in schools, that's the breeding ground for, sadly, for hate in the future. We have to go to school together, we have to go to the same shops together, communities, towns. We have, because the fundamental rule about life, it's very hard to kill someone that you understand and friends with, or friends of their children with, or friends of their parents with. When you know each other, that dramatically reduces war and misery across this world. And that's why we have so much separation. Religious schools should never happen. What should happen is schools where all children can go to and meet each other as children and not be isolated and told you see those people over there? They're the devil, they're the monster. That child will grow up to hate that person for as long until that person either has enlightenment or is actually actively killing other people. That's what will happen in that world. Democracy brings all our communities together. That's why Speakers Corner is so great, and that's why democracy is so great.
Why do you think most people come here?
Well, I think most people come here to be amused. I think a lot of people come here to express a lot of sadness and anger, and unfortunately that does lead to unnecessary confrontation. But some people are educated to be sad and angry. That's not the fault of the individual. That's for a society to respond to that in an adult and understanding way. Because people's education defines the rest of their life in the majority of cases, and our educations are responsible. Who is it who educated us? Who educated us to believe in anger and conflict and violence is the thing to glory to the path to your glory, whatever your glory may be. Because it ain't. The path to glory is actually having families, developing as human beings, growing stronger, not only for yourself, but for your community. A community of everyone, by the way, when I say community. So yeah, that is also very important. And fanaticism, I'm afraid, has never led to a world of growth. It's led to a world of poverty and murder everywhere.
Anything else you want to say in relation to Speakers Corner?
Speaker Corner is wonderful. It needs to be policed. We need a strong police force because there are some. Because every democracy needs to be policed, and the police is important, and the police do a wonderful job here, and are quite considerate considering all the tensions which can sometimes erupt. So I like to thank the police as well, because without them we can't do it. Oh, do you want to come in? Here we got one of the far right.
Oh, come on.
One of the far
I was
right.
about to be friendly to you.
Well, you embarrassed about Tommy Robinson all of a sudden.
What's far right?
Don't be
What's far right about him?
Go online. Tommy Robinson isn't embarrassed about what he is. Turns out you are. This is Steve, by the way.
And
Steve
apparently this man's
is
name is Dust. Can you imagine that? That his
Steve, by the
actual
way,
name is Dust.
And he is...
high in fat, low in fat. Are you
how
high
long-
in fat or low in fat?
How long have you been
Is your
in
Dust
love
high in fat
with
or low
Tommy
in fat?
Robinson?
In love with?
Yeah, in love
I
with.
wouldn't go that
A
far.
fanatical love. You go to him in jail, you support
I
him.
go to
you
him in
come
jail?
on,
What?
And you have dinner with
I
him.
go to him in jail.
This man
When did I go to him
goes
in jail?
to have dinner with Tommy Robinson. He's
In
part of
jail?
the inner circle, along with a couple other people here, and their job
Who are they? Who
and
are they?
job,
Who are
their
they?
job
Who are they?
is
Why
also
have you
to make sure.
I point out you actually got brown on your nose.
Someone could have pointed that earlier. That'd have been nice.
You see, look, friends there.
So we have the far right here,
Wash it, lick
and
it or
Tommy,
something. Lick it.
Tommy Robinson's job here, and he asked these people to conduct his will, is to make sure
What am
that
I
people
conducting?
never have a proper debate here. They come here to be abusive, to contradictory, and to be a pathological liar.
Says the man that
Steve
rants more
is
than anyone
a
else here.
pathological liar. You
You're
can't even admit to being
ranting.
far right.
'Cause I'm not,
Tommy Robinson
because I
is
am
proud
not.
of being far right, and yet suddenly, when I mention his name, which you love this man, you can go online and check out Steve online, by the way, and see what he's
Steve
got to
online.
see what he's got to say about Tommy Robinson. That is what he is. Follows a fanatical Christian who is far
Who is
right
Christian? Who
and
is
wishes
Christian?
the
Tommy's
world
Christian, is
a
he?
war upon this
Is Tommy
planet.
Christian? I've never heard him say that.
Yeah, you've never asked. Next time,
Have you asked?
Maybe.
Have you asked?
Maybe
Have you asked?
should actually do some research.
Have you
Do you remember
asked?
that rapist that you supported?
Have you? He's here, actually. He's here. You might
This
wanna,
man
you might want to go and
never
have a chat
asks
to him.
the monsters that he hangs out with.
when
So
I-
he supports a known rapist.
No, I
This is
don't
what this man
support.
is.
This man's full
Anyway,
of lies.
he's online.
No, I don't.
It's
It's
online.
bollocks.
Again, go on YouTube, check him out. This man is a pathological liar. He's been coming here for years under the orders of the far right to make sure that debate never happens here
You're
and to
funny.
crush people
Go to
that
McDonald's
do
and
that
wash your nose.
by being pedantic, by being abusive,
Pedantic.
by being pathetic. This
Well, you have
is
got a
his
brown nose.
only time
You have got
and
a brown
weapons
nose.
that he has. Debate, truth, It's something that it doesn't have. Thank you. I'll be coming back later with a cleaner nose, possibly as well.
So Max.
Thank you very much.
Max, you know the
And
young guy,
always
he's
thank
Goddard.
you very much as well.
James
my friend.
Goddard, but Max.
Doing a great job, Dan. Keep the good work up.
Background, the doctor.
Do you know what? I'm only back. I'm back right now. The only reason why I'm back here is that I see the first lady, baby. I see Howard Yarp in the building. Come on. If I didn't see that name, woo-wee, I wouldn't be back right here. That's what you call love right there. All right, let's do this.
What do you think about the current state of Speaker's Corner?
To be honest with you, I've been kind of vacant from Speaker's Corner, and I haven't been tuning in as how I used to tune in. So I can't say much, but I can say what I have seen, the past stuff that I have seen, and I've just seen it's been a lot of madness, a lot of what we call in Kemet, baby. We call that isfet, pure chaos, pure madness, and there is hardly any great intellects as there used to be at Speaker's Corner. Everybody's here nowadays, it seems, for some emotional, sensational reason. Some people come to me and say like, yo, it's the first time I've come to Speaker's Corner. Like, when do you think they're gonna start fighting? Literally, that's what they're saying to me. When do you think they're gonna start fighting? I brought my camera to catch a fight. I've come to Speaker's Corner to antagonize, I don't want to say certain speakers' names, but I've come here to antagonize certain people. So personally, I think that the level of greatness that we usually see at Speaker's Corner has kind of gone downhill. But I got faith that's going to soon rise back up again. Because I know COE's been putting in that work, and a lot of people are being inspired, and a lot of people saying they want to come down to fix the state of a Speaker's Corner. I'm hearing the mantra like, make Speaker's Corner great again. So we're going to make it great again, baby. We're going to make it great again.
What do you think is the cause of the fuck?
I think the cause of it is a lot of individuals have never experienced fame before. That's the problem. A lot of the people have not experienced fame. One thing. A lot of the individuals that are involved in Speaker's Corner, they're not morally rectified or rectitude, or they're not standing straight or standing firm. Right? They're actually falling into the wayside. And let me make that make a bit more sense why they're falling to the wayside. A lot of people are immature emotionally. They lack emotional intelligence. A lot of people, aren't here to stand for something that is worthy of standing for. They're here for messed up ideas, right? And that's why you're going to find a lot of people falling into fights. A lot of people falling into quarrels, not arguments, because argumentation is good. When we say argument, we're talking about debating. They're not here for that. They're not here to gain knowledge. They're not here to express themselves in an edifying, uplifting, and something in a manner that is going to actually progress Speaker's Corner, progress the UK, and progress the world. They've come here based upon base ideals. That's about it. Go ahead.
What do you think the purpose of Speaker's Corner is? Why it was set up for?
There is a whole spiel of why Speaker's Corner is set up, but I would say Speaker's Corner, right, one of the greatest gifts that has been given to humanity, right, one of the greatest gifts that's been given to humanity other than any other animal species on the kingdom, right, is the ability of speech. When I'm saying speech, I'm talking about the ability to reason, the ability to rationalize, the ability to imagine, the ability to foresee, the ability to plan, the ability to organize, and then of course the ability to convey and communicate that, right? And we're doing it right here at Speaker's Corner. Some people, how can I put it, abuse those things or utilize their ability of speech for nefarious reasons. So the whole purpose of Speaker's Corner is a corner, it's a place that one spot in the whole of UK where you can feel free, right, to speak your God-given mind. Right? It's the one place in the whole world, right? You're free to do and be the human being that you was created to be. Speaker's Corner.
What would be your ideal Speaker's Corner?
My ideal Speaker's Corner. My ideal Speaker's Corner would be sugar. My ideal Speaker's Corner would be global. Right? That's my ideal Speaker's Corner. Global. The same principle. No, I'm speaking, baby. The same principle and ideals and virtues that Speaker's Corner is founded upon, if that was able to be replicated in every single town, in every single city, in every single borough, in every single country, in every single island, in every single continent, then god damn, that would be my ideal Speaker's Corner. But in terms of here at Speaker's Corner, as in the location, Chase, man, like bigger. Come on, G. Yo, my ideal speaker's corner here at Hyde Park Marble Arch would be diversity. Diversity. Oh, man. Jeez. Diversity. So, for example, right? We got the effed up people here at Speaker's Corner. I don't mind the effed up people, but when the effed up people becomes the predominant voice, that's when I have got the problem. So let's diversify that, where we have less effed up people or more people to balance that out. Where we have diverse people with diverse opinions, diverse thoughts, whether, depending on background, culture. I want to see like a multicultural, multi-ethnical Speaker's Corner. That everybody's equal and everybody's got a voice and everybody has something mad distinct to be speaking about. I want to start hearing speeches about aliens. You dig what I'm saying? That's what I want to hear. To government conspiracies, to technology, how we're going to advance, to cloning, to freaking hell. I want to hear some stuff to do with Judaism, Christianity, not just Christianity and Islam all day long, right? Let me hear some Hinduism, let me hear some Sikhism, let me hear some Taoism, let me hear some Shintoism, some stuff that I've never heard before. You dig what I'm saying? Let me hear some African philosophy and religions. Let me hear something different. I can't stand every single minute. What I'm hearing is, Jesus! No. La ilaha illallah, jihadi John. No, I don't want to hear that. Like, we've had enough of Christianity and Islam. Let's just diversify. Let's mix it up a little bit. You dig what I'm saying?
No, you haven't.
Jeez. No. And even you saying back up. I like that. I want to get some backup dancers. No, I want to get people like, people within inside of the entertainment industry. They've got voices, right? And they got some stuff that they want to say, and they ain't got no place to say it. You lot should be here at Speaker's Corner. There you go. I want to hear talks about mental illness. I want to hear talks about mental illness. I know I've spoken about mental health. I want to hear more people speaking about that. I want to hear more people speaking about relationships and relationship advices, right? Because a lot of us, we've been created, constructed, made. Our whole purpose as the species of the human beings, right, as we are, is to do what? Gabz, you know what we've been born to do. We've been born to F like rabbits. We've been sent here to multiply and repopulate. So why don't we start speaking about the science and art of sex? Why don't we start speaking about what it is to have a right relationship? Some of us don't have like mothers and fathers in our household to teach us how to be a proper woman or a proper mother, teach us how to be a proper father. We're learning from outside. Like, why don't we have some people to come in and teach us? We don't have nobody speaking about wealth creation over here at Speaker's Corner. Why don't we have that? The most important thing on this earth right now, on this planet, is what? Guala. We won't be here without money. You need to catch a bus to come over here. You need to catch a train to come over here. You need to put petrol in your car to come over here. But nobody ain't speaking about money? God damn, I want to hear some talks about financial freedom. You dig? I want people to start bringing books like Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and come speaking at Speaker's Corner. But I guess we're going to go back to speaking about religion. Our escape. Our fantasy world. Our illusion. Things that we don't know nothing about, but we pretend that we know something about. Let's get it.
How do you feel you're perceived by the other speakers here?
How do I think I'm perceived? That's a good question. I tend not to trouble myself into thinking about how other people would perceive me.
Yeah, I'm pressing you right now.
You know, but if I was, and I'm just there trying to be humble, right? Like I don't really care and like I don't really think about it. I think to myself, you gotta see, when you see me, baby, you see God. Chase, let's say it now. My yay is different to your yay. Hey, my sauce, baby. My sauce. You know my sauce is straight.
What about the haters?
That's what I'm telling you, bro. They see me and they see God. That's the problem. Yeah, so those people who see me and love me, yeah, they see the reflection of God before them. You think what I'm saying? They see a well-groomed, well-educated, well-raised man.
Jordan, why didn't you come see your present today? Jordan,
Jeez. You dig? So they see me and they love me. They see me and they
why
love
didn't
me.
you come get your present, Jordan? I had your card and present.
So they see me and they love me. But then you have the others, right? You have the others. When they see what? When they see God, what do? They run and they hide for cover. You're damn right. They want to slander God. They want to talk smack about God. But at the end of the day, God is going to be God. God is going to be great because God is good. And Kalam, guess what? Kalam is always good. Let's get it.
What do you think of Sophia? Now, play back up.
Come on. Hey, back up, G. Sugar. Get behind me, Satan.
I asked you what effect you like to have on Speaker's Corner. I asked you about it already.
You haven't, but
I asked you how do you feel it affects Speaker's Corner.
okay, no, you haven't, but I'll do that one though. I think it speaks for itself, right? And I guess that sometimes we have to bring it up in people's minds. Like I came and I've done what I came to do. You dig what I'm saying? I said, bro, after COE is here, I'm retired. I've told her, like, I'm retired. Do you know how long I've been waiting? I've been waiting for this, right? I said it in my first interview with you, yeah, on COE, Sincere and Specific, right? I said, boy, I'm here, yeah, to shine a light, to like light a match, right? And I'm here to light multiple matches, right? Boom, 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 boom. I'm here to inspire people, you dig what I'm saying? And I want those other people to inspire and breathe other people, yeah, in their own light and after their own image. You dig what I'm saying? I said, we're gonna breed gods. I said, COE is a god. Yeah? Man may not even know that he's a god right now. But look, what do we have? Characters over everything. You dig what I'm saying? You have characters over everything. Do you know how many channels are created and constructed out of the idea, the ideal, and the name of content over everything? You dig what I'm saying? My goodness. God. You see how I'm saying? That's COE in the flesh right there, you know, God. But you already know, right? And you know why they call me Titans TV? Or why I call it Titans TV? Who wants to know why I call it Titans TV? Who wants to know? You want to know? You want to know? All right, for those people who know mythology, right? What came before the gods? Let me ask that question again, because I don't think y'all hearing me. I said, what came before the gods? All right. You got the primordial beings that gave birth to gods, and then the gods gave birth to demigods and gods. You dig what I'm saying? So I came here to just set it off. Change that the weather. 21 seconds no more better. You don't know. You don't know. Hey.
Your last question is anything in general you want to say about Speaker's Corner related to that?
Anything else I want to say about Speaker's Corner? Like, I want to say that I've witnessed yet again, yeah, excellence, right? I'm going to speak specifically about black people right now, right? Because we always speak about other people, right? We can see the greatness of other people, but it's time just to go home and speak about black people. And I want to say I've seen black excellence arise from Speaker's Corner. You dig what I'm saying? Black excellence. Because so many times, right, we always have, and I mean inside of our own selves, as black people for a hot second, right? Like sometimes we don't have high esteem of ourselves. We have something called vacant esteem. You dig what I'm saying? And people say like, you know, you're just one man, what can you do? What can you do? Ask one question. There's one question I want to do right now, yeah? Yo, COE. No, 2 questions, sorry. COE, are you a man? Are you one man? 3 questions now. COE, in terms of viewership, right? How many views do you get a month? I'm going to say at least 500,000 to 1 million views. Can I say that? Let's just say 1 million views. COE is influencing on a monthly basis 1 million people. One man, one camera, one mic. Nazir Jones, baby. Nazir Jones. You dig what I'm saying? So what I'm saying to you is, yeah, you could be one person, yeah, and you could come to Speaker's Corner and you could influence over 1 million people. And imagine how long this channel is going to be on YouTube for years to come. You got video, you got view, you got like certain videos that's just accumulating views. You dig what I'm saying? 1,000, 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, going up to the millions. That's one video, one day, one time, one moment. You come to Speaker's Corner and you can influence that amount of people. God damn. God damn. God damn. That's about it. I could go on further, but
yeah, we know you can.
But you know,
One more question.
you know,
One more question. I forgot this one. What do you think the future of Speaker's Corner will be?
the future of Speaker's Corner. Sugar. Let me do this. Let me hold a meditation. Let me speak to God. I think the future of Speaker's Corner, yeah, it's gonna double, right? It's going to double. And I think we're going to find a lot of more innovations appearing in Speaker's Corner. You're going to... Huh?
For the better or worse.
For the better or the worse, baby. All right? Again, you know, let me not even go there. But you're going to see a lot of new innovations. You're going to see a lot of new people attending Speaker's Corner. And it's going to change. Speaker's Corner of 10 years ago, 20 years ago, ain't going to be the Speaker's Corner of today, let alone the Speaker's Corner of tomorrow. Because you know what? We're actually... How can I put it? We're multiplying. We're doing things at a much more speedily pace, right? We're able to grow at a much more exponential rate than we have ever done in the past, right? Because we've got social media and we've got other things that's going to start influencing Speaker's Corner. So I already see it's going to get big, it's going to get massive, and I'm just so proud that I had a hand, right, to play in the making of this. You dig what I'm saying? We came here with the purpose of uplifting the consciousness of humanity. You dig what I'm saying? That was my purpose for coming. Some people be like, but why you not speaking about black issues? I'm like, yo, fam, listen. I'm the manifestation of God. I'm gonna say it again. I'm the manifestation of who? God. When the sun shines, does it shine only on black people? Quick question. When the rain drops, does it only rain on, let's say, white people right now? We got my white sister in the building, right? Does it only drop on white people? Hell no. Come on. You think what I'm saying? So I'm here for everybody, baby. I'm here for everybody. Get me? Whether you're Muslim, Christian, Jew, atheist, non-religious, too religious, politically minded, not politically minded, socially, a social, how can I put it, innovator, a social motivator, or not a social motivator. I'm here for you, baby. I'm pretty sure there's something, yeah? There's something, I'm the provider. There's something, I'm the distributor. I'm something that I can give to you. There's something out here that we can give to you. There's something that we can help better you.
I think that we should give a big round of applause to the fact of what's going on with the London and British people and for you. Okay?
Let's do this, baby.
You have done a wonderful job.
Oh, man.
Okay? Hello,
Yeah, and don't feel offended when I'm saying I'm God, yeah, because that means you're insecure if you got a feeling, you're in your feelings for that. Because you're God, hopefully to be, if you're not one already, right? Realize you have that power and that potential to manifest anything in your life. All you have to do is think it, and trust me, you can achieve it.
Hey, listen.
Go on,
See,
Leon.
Leon.
Talk about Yemen? That would be nice.
I did talk about Yemen. Obviously, I talked about. Hey, Leon, listen, yeah. I wanted to talk to people. Oh, it's Gabz. Yeah, Gabz. Big up, Gabz, my guy, bro.
Yeah.
Big man up, bro.
Yeah, big up Abdi, yeah. Come on. Big up Gabz, big up Abdi. You know the guys. Gang.
Guys, been away from the bar for more than a minute.
Oh wait, hold on, I gotta make sure there were zombies. Where the zombies? Where's the zombies?
John McDermott, my shooter. Dodging the zombies.
I've been dodging the zombies.
Shout out to John McDermott every single time, baby. Number one, baby.
That's it.
Number one, baby. Number one.
You have to be an upstanding.
I come here at the pub.
Wait, I told you, bruv. Remember, I don't know. I think it was on Official Speakers Corner's live stream. I think that was a couple of months back when I said yeah. When I said that word coming, I said that was it. Remember, I said the zombies were taking over the park. I said if the park is full of zombies, I'm not trying to be in no infected place. I got to take time to relax them and focus on what I'm doing in it. So obviously, man, just been chilling off for a bit, watching a couple of the shows, just watching the antics unfold, week after week after week, just laughing. People mentioning my name, and I haven't even been into the park.
What's your name?
Bobby, it's mad. Yeah. Gabz.
Gabz.
She's funny.
Bare
ad-libs. Huh?
Have you got any nickname or anything else?
Gabz, yeah, that's it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So I just been chilling.
How do you think the state of the park got to where it is right now?
Do you know what? Boy, how did it get to the state it is now? Right, I don't know. I think obviously the introduction of cameras and just people with pride and that don't know people that don't know how to deal with knowledge. Do you know what I mean? Loads of people started to come in that were just taking things too personal. Do you know what I mean? And because people are taking these things personal and they don't know how to deal with certain things are starting to escalate. You know what I mean? You start to see a lot of arguments, people arguing over certain things, people going home, making fake accounts, and But to be fair, it's funny, you know, because I don't understand how people have the time to make fake accounts from watching something that happened at Speaker's Corner. You have the time to go make a fake account. You know, all these things that's been going on. Raspek's been under the bus, everyone, you know, little drama, Pastor with him, Jedi, everything. Just chaos. You know what I mean?
Order at chaos. That's what they want.
What would be your ideal Speaker's Corner? How would Speaker's Corner run?
How would it run? Do you know what, yeah? How it used to, do you know, from the beginning, when I first come down, Speaker's Corner was decent. It wasn't too bad. You know, people used to argue and stuff, but it wasn't as bad as how it is now. But how I would want it to run, how I think it would be, is just, you know, people just come down and debate in it and just leave all the ego and all that, all the attitude and all that anger and stuff, just leave that at home. Do you know what I mean? There's no point. Just come and do your debates, you know, come with your information, come with your papers if you want, come and listen, and then, you know, have your input and then just go. Like all the other extra stuff is like, it's not needed. Like making up the fake accounts and, you know, cussing this person, turning into WWE. Do you know what I mean? It's just fake. So my ideal thing would just be people to come down here and just chat. Because that's the thing that people are missing out on, chatting and giving each other information. And I think that's another reason why actually the live streams have been popping off a bit. Do you know what I mean? The live streams are starting to pick up, and this is what I said was going to happen. I said Speaker's Corner is going to start going downhill a bit, and then the live streams are going to start picking up, because you see a lot of live streams now. You get over like, on Raspek's live, it gets up to like 1,000 people tuning in. Kalam gets like 300, 500, 1,000 people tuning in. Different channels get a couple of people tuning in now. And it's better for people to come on the panels and they can give their input. Do you know what I mean? So basically we need what's going on in the live stream back again at Speaker's Corner again. Do you know what I mean?
When you used to come to Speaker's Corner more consistently, what was your reasons for coming?
I came, do you know what? I came because I got told that Rod is a place that you can come and debate and people are listening, you can debate about anything. So I was like, all right, I was intrigued. Because obviously I was at a time in my life where, you know, I was coming into information and all that stuff. So, you know, I came down for the first time, saw what it was like the vibe. Do you know what I mean? At that time, the vibe was good. And then, you know, it was a good energy. And I liked it because it's good you can come here and debate. It's not anywhere that you can go and just come to a place like this and debate about anything. And loads of people were here debating, so you can get different people's point of views and perspectives on things, innit?
Was you conscious of the effect you was having just being in Speaker's Corner, interacting with people?
Was I upset then?
Was you conscious of the effect you was having of being in Speaker's Corner, interacting with people?
Do you know what, yeah?
On Speaker's Corner?
Yeah, do you know what, yeah? It was only like, I swear, like probably like a couple months afterwards, it'd be randomly like when I bump into people and they'd be like, oh, Gabz, you're Gabz, medicine man. I seen you on the YouTube. And I'm like, rah. Do you know what I mean? Then I bump into loads of different people and say, rah, Gabz, I seen you. Do you know what I mean? And people come down. The moment it hit me, to be fair, was when a brother came down from New Zealand. A brother came from New Zealand just to come and take a picture, man, shake my hand and say, listen, I've been listening to what you're saying, boom, boom, boom. That's when I realized that, like, what I was talking about and things that people were seeing on the Speaker's Corner is affecting people almost how many hours across the other side of the world. Do you know what I mean? So that was love still.
What do you think the future of Speaker's Corner is?
Boy, who knows, boy, who knows? If I could be, what are the people that tell the future? What are they called again? Mystics or? Nah. The mystics, the one with the ball in it. What are they called again? Them people. I could be them. I don't know. I don't. Do you know? Yeah, I don't know. At this rate, I can see the way the energy is at the moment. It will die down. Do you know? Maybe it's just this winter period that's making people feel a certain way. Hopefully, when it gets a bit warmer and that, you know, a couple months time, it might start to ease up again. You know, hopefully. But at the rate it's going at, if it keeps going at this rate, it's just going to go downhill. To be fair, to the point where it'll just end up getting locked off, possibly. But you know, people, like I said, if people can get rid of their egos and all this attitude and all this anger that they give to people, hopefully we can get back on track to how it used to be. I want it to get back to how it used to be, where people could just come and just debate. Do you know what I mean?
What do you think it will take to get it like that?
What could it take? Do you know what it could take? It would take a lot of, you know, like the prime figures that you see at the park. You know, like the household names you got. You know, Raspek, Hashim, Shamsi, Ali Dawah, Mohammed Hijab, Sarah, Gary, everybody. It would take most of those figures to come together again. Like, I don't know, and have like not even like a sit down, like a time of reasoning, and like talking to the people and saying, do you know what I mean? A time of reasoning and saying, listen, like, guys, let's try and get back to the debates and squash a load of the old beast that's had and get rid of that energy in it. I think that's the only time, because a load of these people out here are seeing these people like role models. You know what I mean? They look up to them. So hopefully if they could come in and try and talk, maybe that could help. But me personally, I don't know, bro.
I know.
I don't know. You know? I don't know.
I know. Can I speak?
Big up Gabz.
Let's go one more question.
Oh, sorry. Is there someone next?
Yeah, just in it.
Or can I speak?
No, miss. Let me finish answering your question. Sorry. Yeah, anything else in
Jimmy.
relation to speakers corner you want to see? Just...
I was going to say, listen, peace to everyone on the live stream. Peace to COE, still here doing his thing. How many years have it been now?
Jimmy!
Coming out 2 years now, yeah? Coming out 2 years. Yeah, soon coming to the end of 2019. Yeah? No, coming to the end of, what are we in, 2019? 2018.
2018 right now.
Yeah. Me and content don't know what you...
Speak for yourself, fam. No, they can't hear me, fam. Why you me up for, fam?
2019, coming up to 2020.
Sorry.
Big things. But, yeah, she's funny, you know. But,
She'll have the video line.
I know. Trust me. But yeah, man, I'd like to say big up everyone in the chat room. Big up everyone that's listening. Yeah, everyone out there that's got... You said that? Hey, Boogie. Hey, say for that, yeah, that's good, man. But what I want to say is peace to everyone. Keep tuning in to Speaker's Corner. Hopefully you guys can bring back the positive energy and get rid of this negative energy.
Yes.
Big up people like, you know, COE on their channel. Big up Kalam. All the brothers that are doing good things, giving you that information. Always big them up, yeah? Big up Vellies are here as well. Big up all the people that's giving you that information, yeah? And you'll see me again. You'll see me again, hopefully. But I'm going to disappear like Houdini.
Content over everything. From your melody.
Come, man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV. Listen. COE. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV. I don't even listen to Sky YG. I just listen to COE. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV. I don't even listen to Sky Magic. Man, just listen to COE. Man, just listen to COE. Man, just listen to COE. If you see me in COE, content over everything. COE.
Man, not in the no BBC. Man, not in the no ITV. Not even listen to the MUM. They just listen to COE.